You're not going to believe that this beautiful fall centerpiece was made with pill bottles and a few finds from the Dollar Tree. This is DIY home decor on a budget, made beautiful. Let's get started. Make sure to stick around till the end because I promise you, you are never going to look at a pill bottle the same way again. Hi, I'm Loli, and I'm so glad you are here. All right, friend, for this project, we'll be using 3 of these signs that I got from Hobby Lobby on clearance for 69 cents and 3 pill bottles. First, we're going to remove all the tags from all 3 pieces. The ones on the front, I'm just using my heat gun to heat up that glue and then remove them. And I did the same thing with the other 2. I flipped them over to the other side and also removed those as well. And then we are painting it with some linen white chalk paint from Rust-Oleum. Once they're dried, I'm going to flip them back over and we are going to cover this side with some scrapbooking paper. I'm checking here what colors I like the best. I got this booklet from Ollie's and I got it for just $1. So I wanted to do something a bit different than the regular colors that you get for fall. So I decided to use this one right here. And I'm placing my piece underneath of this scrapbook paper and then just running my fingers to create an indentation. And then I took that indentation and cut alongside all of that. And then here, you know what, that was hard. If you have any vision problems, another easier way to do it is to position your area or your piece that you're going to be covering in the back section of the scrapbook paper and just outline it with a pen or pencil and just cut that off. That also works just as good. And after I did this one, I picked another color from the same scrapbook paper booklet, but I didn't quite like it. This was the one that I originally thought, but then I found this one from this other booklet that I got from Michael's, I believe, and I decided to use that one instead. And then I take the previous booklet that I had, and they had this page that had a strip of different scrapbook papers that it has in the booklet. So I took coordinating colors of those strips and cut them off. So I'm able to position them in the middle of each one of these pieces. And then to attach it, I use my glue stick. And this one, look, I always have issues, guys. Mishap in every DIY. So I took the remaining glue from that one and added it all in that printed section of the piece and positioned my piece of scrapbook paper onto it and used my Cricut spatula there or my Cricut, I don't know, that scraper thing. And I just made sure that everything was adhered. Then I took the strip, also added some glue to the back and make sure that that side right there was aligned and straight to make sure that my strip was also straight. And then use my scraper one more time to smooth it out. Next, I took my sip sander and I had a little bit of layover or overlap in there in the edges. So I just sanded that off to reveal a nice clean edge. And I repeated the same process with the other 2 pieces as well. Now it's time to work with our pill bottles. I removed the caps from each one of them and I painted all 3 with some Rust-Oleum white chalk paint. I did 2 coats. Then I came in with this antique wax from Waverly and a chip brush, and I'm going to add a light coat of that antique wax going in the same direction up and down or vertically on the pill bottle until I went all the way around. And I also painted the area where we have the thread for the cup. And I also make sure to add some to the inside section, and I continued to layer it until I had the coat that I like, and this is what it turned out like when I was done, and I did all 3 pieces. Then I took some of this ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree and I'm going to add a little piece to the edge and then put it right there over the thread and then roll it around the entire circle section there. And once I overlap the other piece, I cut it right there and added a little bit of hot glue to the section there and tack it down, being very careful not to burn myself, and also adding just a bit. And I repeated the same process with the other 2. Now we are going to attach each one of these pill bottles to the top section of these pieces. So I added a generous amount of hot glue to the top and positioned it right at the center, and it was the perfect fit. Once it dried, I'm going to add the same thing to the other 2 as well. Now we are taking some raffia that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to tie a section to the base of our peduncle. I'm going to do a double knot. making sure that my tails are looking down. Here I'm just holding it in place to make sure it doesn't loosen up while I tighten the second nut. And then I trimmed off the excess raffia. And you're enjoying the video? Click that like button. And while you're there, subscribe. All right, then I took some more raffia and I just wrapped it around my fingers, as you see there. I will say about 5 to 6 times. Then bunched it together, cinching it in the middle. And then I took another piece of raffia and tied it right there in the center. I made sure that after I did that double knot that both my tails were looking down in opposite sides. So this will have tails from the same knot that I used. And I'm going to then fluff it up, remove any excess raffia that was going in different directions, and then glue it to the base of the peduncle. And I repeated this process with the other two as well. Now we are going to embellish it a little more because you know already, I'm not done yet. I took some of this Spanish moss that I got from Dollar Tree, which is scarce these days. I haven't found it in a long time. But anyway, we are going to take pieces of it and bunch it up, creating little balls, just so that it looks a little bit more controlled and at the same time a little bit more natural on there. Once I created those little bunches, as you see there, I added a bunch on each side of the peduncle by just adding a little bit of hot glue on it and then sticking it right there at the base. I did the same thing with the other side as well. And I also added a little bit of raffia at the front of the peduncle also. Friend, if you're enjoying this video so far, please go ahead and hit the like button and let me know in the comment section where you're watching from. I love to know how far my videos are reaching. And share, because sharing is caring and it helps my channel grow. Thank you so much. All right, and now we're going to add the same thing to the other two pieces as well. Look how cute this is looking. I love how each one of these is quite unique. Look how cute these are. Let me know in the comment section what you think. But you know already I'm not done yet. Again, I'm going to take some of this boxwood that I got from Dollar Tree and I'm going to cut off the bottom section of it and add a little bit of hot glue to that stem and glue it right there on the right hand side. Hold it in place till it dries. Then I take another piece of the same, cut the piece a little bit shorter, add hot glue to the bottom and to the leaf at the bottoms as well, and add it right behind, but a little bit more parallel with the pill bottle. I repeated the same process with the one to the left as well. And for the middle one, I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to cut off the pieces as well, but I am positioning one piece on each side of the pill bottle. And in the same manner, I'm going to glue this one right here to this side. Now we're going to take some of these candles that I got from Dollar Tree from the Halloween section and position them inside of the pill bottles. And it's a nice snug fit. Look at that. And you know what? It also holds it perfectly, so you are able to untwist them to turn them off or turn them on by twisting them back on. And that's it. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about this project. Friend, today's video is part of the DIY Inspiration collaboration that is hosted on the 8th of each month by Katie from Ladybird Crafting, myself, Loli from Lady's Creations, and this month we have the privilege of having Alicia from Lavender and Lace. The links to our channels and to their playlist will be linked in the description box below and also pinned in the comments. Make sure to head on over to the channels, the playlist, and show everyone some love. For this project, I'll be using 3 of these pill bottles. I removed the tags off of them by placing them in the freezer. This was a great tip from one of my viewers. The label pretty much peeled right off. However, it did leave behind a little bit of residue from the glue still. So I'm taking some of this glue off from Dollar Tree with a wipe and removing that excess that stayed behind. Once they were all clean, I'm going to take this piece of pool noodle that I used for a different project. And I'm going to place the pill bottles on top of them right here. I'm using the edge of it to mark where I need to put a hole. And using that indentation, I'm going to use my X-Acto knife and cut off that section. I popped off the middle and added my pill bottle to that hole. And I did the same thing with the other side, then measured the distance between those two pill bottles and put my third pill bottle in the middle. It was 18 inches, so I placed it at the 9-inch mark, and I did the same thing with the other one. Then took it outside once I positioned all three and painted them with 3 coats of this hammered metal from Rust-Oleum. And as you see here, I flipped the pill bottles and painted the top also. Then I'm taking one of these trays that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to glue this entire structure to the middle of it, just using some hot glue. You're more than welcome to use other types of glue if you prefer. Next, we are going to go ahead and take some florals, different florals. I got these from Hobby Lobby. I got them for 39 cents. They were originally $3.99, but I got them when they were 90% off. I'm going to remove the tags off of them and position them right at the ends right here, pushing them all the way in so they are secured, and I do not have to add any glue to keep them in place, just in case I want to change things around for different seasons. Some of the leaves were all folded, so a little trick I want to show you. If you add some heat with a blow dryer or a heat gun, you will be able to relax that flower or the leaf and remove any wrinkles. Just be careful that you don't burn yourself. I use the low setting for this. Then I took some other florals from Dollar Tree. These are some, I think they're called maple leaves. And I'm going to cut a few pieces off of them. I'm doing it in sections of 2 leaves. So I'm cutting 2, and in other places in which has 4 leaves each stem, I'm just cutting in between the 2, adding a little bit of hot glue at the end so the leaves do not fall off of the pick. And then I'm going to position it in 2 sections here in the middle of each side of the pool noodle. Then I took some of these darker leaves also from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to cut them into 2 sections here for every 2. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue on the little tip so nothing slips off. And be very careful, guys, that you do not burn yourself in this step. It's very easy to do that. So just position your glue on there, let it dry, and then you can stick your flower or your leaf, in this case, onto position. So I did that with both sides. Here I'm coming in with some berries also from Dollar Tree. I'm putting them in between all of those leaves just to bring a little bit more texture and more color and interest to this piece. The more varieties of picks that you use on a piece, the more sophisticated and elegant it looks. So I love mixing it up. Then I just fluff different areas, trying to see exactly how everything will look. And then everything that I did to the other side, I did to this one as well. So we positioned the berries on this side also. And again, making sure that everything is nice and neat. Now we're going to take some of this ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to add it to the top section of the pill bottles just to hide the thread from each bottle. I cut sections that were big enough to go all the way around and overlap just a little bit. Then I added a little bit of hot glue to the middle of it and position it right there at the center just to make sure that everything was straight. And then I'm going to repeat the same process with the other 2 pill bottles. Then once everything was in place, we're going to turn it around and completely glue each piece of ribbon all the way around each one of the ends of the pill bottles. Friend, if you're enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to hit that like button. And while you're there, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so YouTube notifies you each time that I upload a new video. All these things are free and they mean the world to me. Thank you so much. And please let me know in the comment section where you're watching from. I love to know how far my videos are reaching. I appreciate you. All right, so I did the same thing with all 3 pieces here, making sure that these are adhered correctly and straight onto each piece. Then we are going to add a little bit more texture to this. I wanted to cover up a bit the pool noodles. So we're going to add some more leaves on here, removing the wrinkles from them, and we're going to position it right in between these 2 pool noodles. Then I took one of these pumpkins that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to glue it right in the middle of 2 of the pool noodles here, and I repeated the same thing with this other pumpkin as well, removing that little tag that came in the bottom, that clip, adding some hot glue to the bottom, positioning it on the middle of the other 2. And then we are going to take a little bit more greenery from Dollar Tree. We're going to use these wheat-like pieces, and I'm going to position it right here. Again, bringing more texture and more dimension to this piece. I eat it. No, I didn't eat it, guys. I just going to go ahead and try to burn off the edges, and oh no, it went on fire. So you know what? Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Let me just go ahead and just do it laterally here. Oh, I'm doing a good job. Yes. Nope. I burned that piece too. So I had to go ahead and remove this piece off of here and steal one from another pick and position it there, and just leave the fuzzies alone on this one, okay? Avoid yourself the headache, okay? All right, so then this one was a little bit too long, so I just trimmed it off and repositioned it. And we're gonna add some of this red boxwood that I also got from Dollar Tree. Is it boxwood or is it eucalyptus? I'm not sure. One of the two is called. And I'm just going to also do the same process that I did before, cut them in individual pieces, in pieces in which you don't have that little tip on the pick. We're going to add a little bit of hot glue there, but just be very careful, guys. Do not burn yourself like I did. Look what I did. Look. I guess I was trying to glue myself to the pick. I had to take a moment, guys. I took a break and then I came back. I burned myself good. All right, so once I had all of those picks, as you see there, making sure that they will not fall off as I put them in, we're going to add them in different sections of our arrangement, as you see there. And then once I had it in both sides, we're going to add some more to any areas that I found that were a little bit scanty with greenery, just to cover up that pill bottle, and again to bring more color and more texture to this piece. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure that you click on the end screen for more pill bottle ideas. All right, so then once we added this last one, we're going to add some of these candles that we got from Dollar Tree in the Halloween section. And that is it for this piece. Let me know what you think. Imagine this as a centerpiece as you're eating outside overlooking a beautiful fall sunset. It is fall and it feels so good. My friend, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you enjoyed today's content, here is some more videos you are sure to enjoy. Thank you again so much for watching. You're amazing. Bye.